Alright gang, welcome back to our one tile challenge here on Calm Lands. It is now June, and I'm having a hard time here starting off, but trying to get some of this grass taken care of here that we left in the last episode. It actually looks like the grass to the left of us we can mow again if we want to today. I'm not sure if we will or not, but we have that ability to do so. None of our fields are ready to harvest today. It does appear that most of them are going to be ready to harvest in the next month, which means we are going to be extremely busy. Lots and lots of harvest. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to get all of it done in one episode. We might have to do some off camera. I don't know. But we'll find out. I will show you that soon enough. Did a little research on the road salt. There is a selling point that came with the mod itself. It is much more expensive than I had initially anticipated. You actually do not have enough money for it as it currently stands right now. Now, the actual selling point itself does look like it will accept many things besides just road salt. So what we might end up looking at doing is maybe upgrading our sell point, our current small little farmer's market sell point, to this one. Bit of a more traditional big shop, which is fine, right? If you get big enough, it's fine. Really still think I kind of like the small little farmer's market shop based off of the size of our land here. But if I want to sell that road salt, I have to put that one down. I'm not seeing anywhere else. I'll have to look in the mod. I'll have to look on Mod Hub, I guess. But I'm not seeing anything else specifically right now that I have installed that will accept road salt. If we find something else, maybe we can, put it next to our current little farmer's market shop, and we can use our imagination, right, as that is another portion where you could sell the road salt to. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go here, but yeah, the actual sell point itself that you need, it's like 35,000, I think. 33, 35, I don't know, something along those lines. It's not cheap. And yeah, so we'll see. We probably will get there today, though, because we've got some silage to sell, among other things. We have some crawfish that probably could be sold today as well. I would think the price is still relatively decent. The wool we probably should sell. I'm pretty sure wool, well, actually, I think that's the close I'm thinking of is May, isn't it? In the close May? I don't know. I'm kind of blanking now, but I probably should look at the wool, at least at a minimum. Look at the eggs as well. Now, ideally, we want to get some kind of production for some of these items, right? We don't really want to be just selling them outright. But I think right now I'd like to get the road salt production under control first, before those. Because that's going to make us money too, right? That's going to make us a constant incoming money. A constant flow of incoming money, I should say. Where we could technically store all of our harvest in silos. We're going to have to get another silo or an extension or something, which somebody in the comments recently mentioned, why don't you add an extension to it? You're right. I had thought about doing that at the time when we had it full the last time, but we really didn't have the money for it. Now, fully transparent here, I didn't really go out in Mod Hub and look to see if I could find a super cheap one to add to it as an extension. I just had basically what came standard out the game and maybe one or two other additional ones. So I should look into that. I really should. Whoa, I just killed some rice. Whoops. That was not meant to happen. That sucks. Oh well, what are you going to do? Now this field, with the rice field, like I said, this is the first time I've actually done rice. I've done long grain rice a lot. Very, very bright green. Very bright green color to the rice itself, the actual plant, I guess. Is it a plant? I guess it's a plant. It has to be a plant, right? I don't know. Anyway. It's very bright. That's probably by far the brightest colored crop that in the game, I would think. It was a very bright green. Anyway. So we're moving along here now. I still am going to plan to do this, but I do think it's smart for us to go ahead and try to utilize up as much of the round bale net as we can before we make an upgrade. Now, having said that, I haven't looked in the used market. If there is something out in the used market for a forage wagon, loading wagon type effect, we may just go ahead and sell it, and with the understanding of the loss of the round bale net. But really, we want to try to utilize that up a little bit before we sell this, right? We paid for it. We might as well use it. So we'll have another Well, this time, obviously, we're doing bales, but we'll have another, probably one more time, I would think, of bales at a minimum, and then we probably would be through that, and then we can really look to upgrade to that forage loading wagon approach. Now, I would like to put down another crop field. Now, we're getting close to a point here where we're not going to have much grass left, and that's fine. Really, let me do a bird's eye view here. I'll go into the drone for you. One of these two, we should kind of split down the middle. One should stay as grass, and the other one should continue to be a crop field. What I'm kind of leaning towards is this one, but since we have grass growing in it, probably the next time we harvest this side of it, we'll probably turn this into another crop field like this, and then we can leave this as grass. Because I told you I already had an idea to put something back here, because it's kind of flat right here in this corner for some reason. So I think this makes sense to stay as grass. And really, the point was not to have a big, massive grass field the entire time and just do grass over and over again. But we have to have some grass because we're going to need it, right? We need it for the sheep. And it gives us an extra layer of income, right? Now, the problem is going to get to be here soon is we are going to run out of things to do quite often. And what I mean by that is once we make this field into another crop field, right, we can't really do anything with those crop fields while they're growing. They're just going to be sitting there, taking up space, right? Grass field, except for the winter months now in FS25, right, you can mow that every other month pretty much. So we're going to get into a situation soon where we're going to be like, what are we going to do for this episode? We don't have anything to do. I might have to slightly bend the rules at that point, and it's really only my rule. It's a dumb rule, but it's my rule for whatever reason. I just feel like it's slightly cheating by not doing it, but we might have to allow ourselves to do a couple of months per episode if we get to that point, right? The reason why I don't ever feel like doing that is because, like I just said, I feel like it's kind of cheating. I feel like, you're in a survival type of challenge, even though this isn't specifically a survival challenge. It is kind of like a survival challenge. And I feel like if you could just jump months, I'm going to jump 3 months because I got nothing to do. I feel like that's just kind of, I don't know, cheating a little bit. Maybe it's just me that thinks that way. Maybe it's just my head that works that way. But that's how I feel. But sometimes there's nothing for it, right? Sometimes you have to do it. And I feel like that's where we might end up getting to in this series, unfortunately, now that we've got a very solidified field structure here. I did not do a very good job yesterday, evidently, putting the windrow. There's a lot of excess stuff that I can't pick up. Now, what I might look into getting, there's a mod out, which I think is pretty cool, which would basically mean we could get rid of this baler and we could get rid of our mower. What it is like I say the name wrong all the time. Those of you who've been around for a long time know that. I say the name wrong all the time. The forage wagon, loading wagon, whatever it is, there's a mod that actually has a mower on the front of it. So it'll mow it and then pick it up into the forage loading wagon for you without having to do multiple trips. Now, what that would basically mean is we wouldn't really need the windrower, we wouldn't need the baler, we wouldn't need the mower. I'm not sure I want to go that approach or not. It probably would take longer to do, but if we're at a point where all we have is that one little grass field over there, or over here, wherever, whichever one we decide to do, right? Is it really going to make that big of a difference when you have such a small grass field in comparison to what we had at the beginning? No, I don't think so. I think it would be perfectly fine. Because 9 times out of 10, if we're mowing the grass, that's probably going to be the basic main job we're going to do for the episode, right? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll think about it a little more. We'll see if we can figure out a way to make that work potentially. But as I said, that's not going to happen for, I don't know, probably another couple of mows here. Because we want to try to utilize as much as we can of this round bale net that we purchased. It is nice now, though, that we have relatively a decent income coming in here every couple of months or so, right? It is nice that we actually have something solidified that can keep us going here, right? Keep us moving along and progressing. Those first few episodes were pretty brutal, man. It was tough to get any kind of money at all to make any kind of progress. Loving this series. Haven't spent any money yet at all paying back the loan. I don't think that's necessarily a problem, but we probably should start thinking about that here in the near future, right? We've been spending a lot of time doing everything else, but haven't spent or put any effort at all into starting to pay back the loan. I'm going to try, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it, but I'm going to try to grab this area up here that's slightly outside of our range, or zone, rather. Or field. Or land, whatever. However you want to announce it. Promote it. Yep, we got it. Okay, good. Just barely, but we got it. There's not enough in here for another bale, and that's okay. We can just kind of leave this in the storage for now. I'm going to fill up the round bale net while we're at it. We might mow that today. I don't know yet. We haven't really fully made that decision yet. One more round bale net in there. So yeah, we really probably should keep this for a little bit longer due to that. Is it the most exciting thing in the world, doing the bales and how long it takes to pick them up and everything? No, it's not, and would be more how do I want to word it? It would be more convenient to not do that. Yes, 100% it would be more convenient to not do that. But you know, it is what it is. You never know. I might change my mind too. I might just say, you know what, screw it. We spent a little money on it. Who cares? We wasted a little money, I should say, I guess. We obviously spent money on it. Yeah, so you guys thought I forgot about my old sheep over there, didn't you? I said I was going to bring a bale over there for them, but no, I did not forget. Yeah, the wool actually should have been sold back in April or March, April, May in that area, which is what I thought. So we kind of screwed up there a little bit, but I think we were doing that because we kind of had the idea that one of the subscribers gave me in the comments, which was a great idea, really, and I'm kind of already utilizing it, which is to put down Grandma's knitwear, or Grandma's house, as I like to call it, and only put so much wool in every episode, right? So that way you limit yourself and you're not going overboard, right? It's not being too overpowered, if that makes any sense, right? Which I think makes a lot of sense. So we are going to do that. I'm not sure when that will happen, but we are going to do that. Might be today, but we'll see. Realistically, I kind of want to see if we can figure out a way to put down this road salt selling point. Now it is large. It's very, very large. I am going to go out to Mod Hub and see if I can find anything else that can sell road salt that might be a little bit more, I don't know, less intrusive to the amount of space we have, because we are very limited on space, right? So if we put in this, I'll just show you what it looks like. If I put this big behemoth in here, it's going to take up a lot of space. A lot of space. Here it is right here, 35 grand. That takes up a lot of space. I mean, 4 4 of the little farmer's market sell points, I guess, is what I would call it. We put 4 of those together, and you would make this. It's pretty hefty. It's pretty bulky. And as a matter of fact, I don't even know where... Let me turn these on. I was going to say, I don't even know where you would drop stuff off at, because that could make it even worse, right? Depending on where you unload and where... I guess it's right here at the back, so I guess it's not terrible. I mean, I guess I need to figure out where I'm going to put our house at, a construction house, right? We need to figure that out soon. If I put it there, it's not terrible, I guess. But, yeah, I guess it's not terrible going there. What that means is we could extend this out a little bit more, too, because we could have the track just coming straight out to here. I do still a plan. It's not... I'm not doing anything else on it, but I do plan when we have enough money to buy this plot here and then make our track go straight up here to the shop, and then I sell it back immediately, so I don't make any money off of it. I'm actually spending money putting the track down, but I do want to do that. I think it just looks better, so I'm going to allow myself to do that, but I'm not going to do anything on that besides put the track down, obviously. I guess it's not that bad if you look at it in this sense. I guess it's not terrible. There's still some room over here to put some more productions and things down. Well, either way, we don't have the money for it right now anyway, right? If we sell all the silage, maybe we have the money. We had like 50,000 in silage, so maybe. But I think it would be only just that we would have enough money, right? That sucks. I killed a little bit of that rice. Oh well, I guess it could be worse. I guess it could have been a lot worse than that one. Now, I don't know, I don't think it does. I don't think, it kind of looked to me like the rice was going to grow back there, but I don't think it does. I think we have to re-drill it every time. I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. I'm going to sell the rest of the silage here. You've seen me do that a lot, so I'll just do a little jump cut here, or I'll just actually turn the recording off and make it easier on myself. I can go back to edit it. Get these sold. And here, we'll show you exactly about how much we're getting every single load here. $1,227 average every single load, so I will be back shortly. All right, this is the final bit here, gang. We actually did eclipse the 35,000 that we needed. The more I looked at it, the more I dislike that. One, it takes up tons of space. Two, we can't sell everything at it. It can only be sold if it was some kind of product that has been made from a production, right? So I can't just sell my wheat outright. I can't sell my canola outright. So if I was going to put that down, my thought was I would get rid of the little market, right? But that's not really going to work. So what I really want to do is kind of jump on ModHub and see if I can find anything, even if it's like a selling grate. We could utilize our imagination a little bit, stretch it a little bit, and put like a selling grate right here on the edge next to the actual farmer's market, and then that way we can say it's part of the farmer's market, right? Use your imagination, of course, but it's part of the farmer's market. That would be the ideal situation, I think, for us. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it a little bit more, but I can't say right now is that is not going to work. At least not today. I need to spend a lot of time figuring it out. What is in the used market today? Anything? I mean, I love this thing. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can incorporate it, but it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. 890 liters is nothing. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately. I would love to add it. Because this is kind of the type of series you'd want to put it into, right? This series is, you know, a lot of the stuff we have is smaller, older equipment. But it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. 790 liters, whatever it was. That's just not good enough. That would take so many trips. If we had some trees to cut down, something like that, yeah, maybe we could utilize it then, because we could turn it into a flat trailer, right? Okay, so that's all done. So let me go ahead and put this back kind of where we've been keeping it for the time being. Ooh, actually, you know what? I bet the crawfish are still good. Let me check them. And once again, every episode I'm going to keep saying it. Please give me the ability to favorite things so they're at the top. I don't have to go scrolling forever. Yeah, we should sell the crawfish today, because after today it's going to drop drastically. We're not going to be selling these for months and months and months again. So let's sell these. We'll make a few more bucks off these, which is great. Still heavy, man. It's still kicking me up in the air here. All right, we finally got the wheels on the ground. Whew. All right, so I think what we're going to end up doing today, since we know now that there's some issues that I have to kind of work out here, I think we're going to spend some time trying to figure out where we're going to put down our house. Because as you know, it's an optional objective on this series, but an objective nonetheless for us. We are going to be building one of the constructibles for our house. I'd like to start setting that up now. It's going to cost us a lot of money. It's going to cost us a lot of time to do that. And the longer we wait, the more difficult it's going to become for us to do it. So I'd like to do that. Now, I've got some options here to choose from, and we're kind of going to go through them together here a little bit. And what I might end up doing before I actually put the construction down is I might put a bit of a question to all of you, I guess, on which one you think I should put down for the series. What does that mean? Well, I'm not going to do any kind of specific poll or anything like that. You can just comment down below of these choices. These are the options I'm going to give to you. Get up here. I'm not going to do the log cabin. We did that one already on the survival challenge, so we're going to scratch that one. We're going to do this one, which is a silo type of farmhouse. So if you like that one, just say silo. We have this farmhouse, which is, I don't even know what you would call that one. Somebody probably could figure it out in the comments. To me, it looks like a house that would be somewhere in like the southwest, I guess. So, wait, let's just make it easier. House 1, House 2, and I'll give you kind of a rotation of all the houses here. House 2, House 3, House 4, and that's it. You need to pick one of those 4 houses. So once again, this is House 1, House 2, House 3, and House 4. Now, my opinion doesn't really matter here, but my opinion is it should really be between House 2 or House 4. This house or this house. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they are smaller. I think it fits with the theme a little bit better, but this is completely up to you, right? We can do any of the 4. This one, this one, this one, or this one. You let me know down below in the comments which one you want me to do, and we will have that construction project set up, ready to go for the next episode. Okay, so that's done. So I think what we're going to do is what I said we may or may not do today. We're going to do it. We're going to put down Grandma's house, and we're going to limit what we can put in there. I am going to put everything we have right now currently directly in there. But moving forward, we're only going to allow ourselves to put in, I mean, we don't have that many sheep anyway. We're not making that much anyway. I'm just going to say we're not allowed to put anything in there until we have a full pallet. Once we have a full pallet, then we can go ahead and bring it over there. And that's going to take a while because we're not making that much. We don't have that many sheep. Once we get a full pen of sheep there, maybe we need to modify that a little bit. But for right now, I mean, it's taking us 2-3 episodes to get a full pallet, if not more. So we're going to put down Grandma's knitwear, Grandma's house, as I like to call it. Now, the question becomes, where am I going to put this? That I don't know, right? I'm having a hard time with that one. I don't know where I want to put this at because you need a lot of space, unfortunately, for this mod. And the reason why you need a lot of space is because you drop off the wool in the front, but then you pick up the clothes in the back. So, I mean, if I was smart, I'd put it over here, because this is going to be kind of a bit of our production area, right? But the thing I don't want to do, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I was going to say the thing I don't want to do is put this down, and then maybe we didn't want to put the wool into Grandma's knitwear. We wanted to take it or sell it somewhere else, and we go across it and accept some of it. But I don't think that's ever going to be the case, right? I think we're always going to be putting this down. I feel like it. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Okay, slight change of plans here, gang. Slight change of plans. We're going to upgrade the silo. So our silo's great. But I did find a little bit of a better silo. It's not unrealistic. It's a good one. It's going to take up a good chunk of the money we have. We should still, I think, have enough money to put Grandma's knitwear down, but I want to upgrade this first because I want to test something out here. I'm not sure it's actually going to work as I expect, but I would like to, nonetheless, try. So we'll get a little bit of money back for that, which the one we just sold was, I believe, it was this one, I believe? Yeah, it was this one. There's a bigger one we could have got, but there are these that I have installed. These right here, these FS20-ish, whatever you want to call them. This one holds 54,000 liters. I like this one a lot. I like the way it looks. I feel like it takes up less space, too. It certainly does, in my opinion. Now, I could stick it here right where it was, and I don't really have a problem doing that. But what if... Actually, now that I'm seeing this, I don't think this is going to work either. I still want to upgrade the silos, so it's not that big of a deal, but... yeah, that's not really going to work either, is it? I was going to say, okay, so if I put it here... I can't really point anything out to you right now because I'm a console and everything, but if I put it here, I could just, drive up with the tractor, pick up the wool, and kind of reverse and put it straight into Grandma's knitwear, and then there's a little bit of a side entrance here. We'd have to go at the pallets from the side angle, but we could still pick them up that way and go sell them, but I don't really like the way that looks. So, we can scratch that, I guess, for now. What we might end up doing in the... So the word I was going to use is probably not the right word I should use. I was going to say what we could do in the interim, but that doesn't really make sense, I feel like. I kind of want to do this. I kind of want to add a second chicken coop. But the problem with this one is you can't... I kind of wanted to lap them like this, but you can't. Because I would have no way to actually be able to drop off the food for it, right? So, I have to find one that would be on the left, but there's none. There's none. I wish this one was on the left side, because that would have been perfect, right? If it was on the left side, it would spawn the pallets, same spot, but the actual the dropping of the feed or the wheat or whatever you want to put down in there would be on the other side. That would be perfect, because then I could line these up together. And that wouldn't utilize a lot of space. So that's not going to work. Damn. I thought I had a genius idea. But that's not going to work. Damn it. Okay, well, then we can scratch that. I guess I'm going to put the silo back to kind of, well, the different silo, but I'm going to put the silo back where the same location that it was in. Because that's kind of out of the way. I don't think it harms us. This does increase the capacity significantly. Is it going to be enough for us? I don't know. That's the problem, right? I'm kind of considering bumping it up a little bit more. Because, I mean, we don't have a ton of money. But, I mean, I kind of feel like we'd be stupid to not do this one. It would take up all of the money we just made. But we'd kind of be stupid to not, right? Because, see, I can put this really, really close. Like that. It takes up less space. It's less intrusive than the other one was. I have more room to maneuver. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't do this. I'm trying to see if I can see anything that maybe I'm missing here, but I don't see anything. Here, I'll do a quick save here before I put that down in case all hell breaks loose. All right, so I decided to change it up, gang. I decided to go with these two silos here. So I've got one, which it's a very similar setup to kind of how we had it before, right, with the pipe extension, which I like the pipe extension, and just where we had put it, it was kind of starting to run into the wool a little bit. This might slightly be in the way while we're trying to get the wool out of here, but for the most part, I think it's going to be okay. And now the actual pipe itself kind of extends out here in the main driving area, if you will, right? So I think it will be easier all around the board for us to be able to drop things off and unload things, etc. So we put this one in, and then we also put an extension in right next to it, which should help us out a lot. This should get us somewhere in the range of 50 to 60,000 liters, whereas before we only had 20,000. So a nice upgrade for us. Hopefully that'll be able to hold most of our harvests, and hopefully we won't have to sell as much with this new approach. So we'll go ahead and unload this. There we go. Perfect. And actually, I'm going to back up a little bit more here so I can turn around and put this back where it belongs. Now, we also are going to put down Grandma's knitwear. I was very wishy-washy on where I wanted to put it. I'm still kind of in that same state of I'm not really exactly sure where I want it to be, because I feel like wherever I put this down at, it's going to probably stay there for the rest of the series, I would think. And the problem with it, as I showed you once before already, is you have to drop off the wool in the front, and then it gives you the clothes in the back. So it really needs to be put somewhere where you're going to have ease of access for both sides. So I'm thinking, even though it may not be the most ideal spot, I am still thinking about putting it right here. So I think that's what we're going to do. It's a little bit further away, or far away, I guess I should say, from our sheep pen, but I think it's going to be okay. I think it'll be okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get both of these up without... probably won't be able to. I was going to say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get both of these without having to... put some kind of a counterweight on the back, but we're going to attempt it. I mean, it is wool. It shouldn't be that heavy. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to turn off the zone markers now that we have everything set here. The eggs, we are going to sell those eggs outright today, so that will give us a little bit of money back. But we are doing okay on money, right? We've got 4,681 bucks, and that's after making all these upgrades that we made, so... Now, literally only wool and cotton should be able to go in here anyway, right? So, which shouldn't be a big deal. Let me go ahead and turn it on. Okay, perfect. So it's going to start making us some clothes. Now, obviously, we're not going to sell those clothes for quite a while. Pretty much a whole year, a whole in-game year before we're going to be able to sell those clothes, because we want to sell them at the best price. By the time that happens, I would think we have a very, very solidified plan here on the farm. And what I mean by that is we have kind of everything planned out at that point, right? No more continuing of creating new fields, anything like that. We more than likely have most of the productions and everything set by then as well. It's probably at that point just going to be a process of starting to pay off the loan and get everything set, right? Getting the construction done of the house. We talked about that, right? That's going to work. Well, that's going to work. We're going to make that placement by the next episode after, I get some input from all of you down in the comments, hopefully. All right, good. So moving forward, any wool pallets that spawn, we're not going to be allowed to bring that pallet over until it is a complete full pallet to Grandma's knitwear, which would hopefully, like I mentioned, keep it to a reasonable amount. And it's not overpowered. Granted, we don't have that many sheep, as I mentioned as well, right? So not having that many sheep is probably going to help us too. We're not going to be, it's not going to like we're going to be making tons of wool. Because if we had a big, massive sheep production, yeah, we probably would be able to. Whoa! Easy Nelly. Okie dokie. That was something. Let's go sell these eggs. Nice. That helps us out a lot. Okay, one other thing I want to check really quick. I don't think we can actually plant anything today. I just want to make sure that we're not accidentally missing anything. Well, it looks like we could do green beans and carrots. Green beans, the harvester's insane. Carrots, maybe. Olives, parsnip, red beets. So there are some things we can do today. Sorghum we could have did in the last episode. It looks like soybeans as well. Not really. There's nothing major here. But we do have, the next month for carrots if we decide to do carrots. I don't think we're going to be doing carrots, though. Unless something changes, I don't think we're going to be. This should give us enough room back here to maneuver. We're going to have to probably spend a little effort cleaning this area up back here. I mean, this house is long-term, but it's temporary, really, until that construction project's done, right? So, yeah, okay, good. We're going to leave the episode at this point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you did. Subscribe if you're new. All that stuff helps me a ton. Thanks so much for your continued support. Make sure you check everyone else out that's doing this challenge. Discord's down below if you want to share your progress, but you're not specifically doing videos, things like that. I did see somebody in the comments and on the Discord say that they feel like it's too late to start now. It's not. Go ahead and get started, man. Do it. Who cares? You don't have to do it at the exact same time everyone else is. Just do it if you want to do it, do it. If you're doing any off-camera work or if you're just doing it without recording and you want to share your progress from the form of images, Discord is the way to do it. I would love to see it. It's hard to keep up with everyone, but I am trying to watch one every once in a while as soon as I can. And, yeah. I really appreciate the support. It's been an outpouring of support for this series. It's been insane. I love how many people are doing it. So, definitely a winner. It's definitely going to be on our list to do again at some point in the near future whenever this series is done, which it's nowhere near at a point being done, so don't worry about that. But, sometimes you do a series and maybe it doesn't work as well as you expect, so maybe you make some modifications and try it again, or maybe you just scratch it all together. You don't do it a second time. This one 100% will be done a second time on a different map down the line, way down the line in the future. Anyway, big of a rant there at the end, but thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. See you in the next one.